jump like that. There you go. Nice. Save. Yeah, I could totally imagine this quest being like a storyline in a D&D campaign for sure. This looks great. Search the Raven's Nest. Oh, come on. Geralt, you should have jumped that. Uh-oh, what's above? Harpy? Yep. Wow. Haven't seen Harpy since the second game. Oh! I didn't expect that execution there. Oh man. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, I remember harpies in the second game, and there was an area where there was tons of harpies. Pretty creepy. What do we got in here? Sealed bottle, Raven.
Maybe he meant this bottle.
Yeah. Bones. Cool. Alright, let's go back down to Johnny Boy. What was that? Oh. Yeah. Yeah, haha. Johnny, we got your stuff. Got your stuff, bro. You take a swig and I'm taking a swig.
Whiskey! Slither! Ringworm! Rubbish! Bumblebee! Flabbergasted! Ha! The sound of it! Peter Piper picked Prince Proximo a pack of pickled peppers by the pontar.
Done celebrating?
My favorite words! Life without savoring the sound of surreptitious shenanigans is like licking snails through a cloth. Thank you for this, noble whoever you are. Long be your life.
Hang on a minute. I helped you, now you help me.
Would you turn this beautiful act of altruism into a banal bartering of favors?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. How do you bottle someone's voice?
How do you lock someone's voice in a bottle?
Does Ursula
Just
get a hold of them?
As am I, especially as mine's a voice to crown all voices. Sometimes it's like a forest brook, at others like a roll of thunder. And let's be honest, I talk enough to fill 3 barrels or more.
Somebody used some powerful magic on you, as a prank or just to be mean.
Why did you lose your voice?
How'd you lose your voice?
One morning I awoke and opened my mouth for my usual bout of singing with the thrushes. Lo and behold, no sound escaped. I tried and tried, almost burst a blood vessel. Then I went to the village, because word has it the new cunning woman works miracles. But people began crying out, "A smudger! A smudger!" and sicked their dogs on me. Do I look like a smudger to you?
Not a bit.
Well, I thought not. So it must be the Crones doing. Who else would curse me? Blackbird friend of mine located my voice, but I was helpless to retrieve it.
Couldn't ask a raven friend to just give you the bottle?
Ravens serve the Crones. They don't help no one.
I'm looking for a young, ashen-haired woman. See anyone like that?
Did I ever? Remember it as if it were yesterday. Soon as I woke, I went to empty my bowels. My favourite part of the day. Defecating to the sunrise. Downright glorious. Suddenly, heard a bang. So loud it couldn't have been me. And that lass appeared. Out of nowhere. Young, ashen-haired. Just like you said. Wounded and panting to boot. She raced off towards the children's huts. Quick as if the Crones were after her. I yelled some unpleasantries. She disturbed my morn. Sadly, I'd lost my voice, so I don't think she heard me.
Oh, we got so much questions to ask.
I've been to the village in the swamp, met a woman who might have been a crone.
Did she seem confused to you?
Nuts, completely.
So I'm not crazy. That's no crone. That's the granny who takes care of the orphans. Claims the kids made me up. Me!
An orphanage in a swamp?
What do you have against swamps? Lived here my whole life, and I heartily recommend it.
I don't want to live in a swamp, Johnny, I don't.
What do you know about the Crones?
They're as old as this forest. Cruel, vindictive, not to be crossed.
What if someone does cross them?
Might take his voice, might take his life. Depends on their whim. They're nasty, although they care for this land and its folk in their own way. Supposedly they always keep their word, but you must be careful what you ask for. Won't find them until they want to be found. See them until they want to be seen. But remember, they see and hear all that happens in the mire.
She ran off toward the orphanage. Kids could know something, or the old woman who takes care of them.
Oh, that old hag don't speak to strangers, and you're a stranger.
Will she talk to you?
I have spoken to her, got my ways. So be it. You helped me and I'm no bore. Come with me.
Yes. Go, Johnny boy, go. Do 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 do. Go, Johnny, go, go. Ah, we got some drowners ahead.
Watch out!
You should watch out. Oh, water hag. Shh. Come around, water hag. Pretty cool battle music. Good job, Poland. Oh, I saw that at the corner of my eye. There's one more left. Chopped his head clean off. Where you at, Johnny? There you are. Johnny, where are we headed? That looks pretty good. Bigger tick blossoms. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Time to hear this lady yell.
It's clear, not a crone in sight. I need to sing to Gran. That ought to calm her.
Oh, we get a song. Don't get my VOD muted, kid.
Little Johnny softly gazing, fire waning pale. Pop! A spark jumped out and whispered, "Listen, I'm a tale."
That's it? That's just... I was getting into it.
You got your voice back.
I did, though I seem to have lost an octave somewhere in the process. I shall look for it when I get home.
You're not allowed here, Johnny. You shouldn't have come.
Calm down, Gran. Don't get angry. It's not good for you.
Lead me to the Crones. Ashen-haired woman. Well, I doubt she knows anything about... I would rather her just take me to the Crones, which knows everything.
Can you take me to the Crones?
Forgive me, Gran. But this fellow absolutely must talk to the ladies.
No, 'tis not allowed.
Please, it's important.
The fellow will be quiet. Gran, please hear me out. I found little Yagna when she got lost, did I not? Did I break Ginny's fever too? I did. I ask anything in return? No. Didn't even fuss about my stolen voice. Well, now I want something. Gran, help this fellow. Because otherwise he'll pester me day and night, even during potty time. His lass is missing. Perhaps the ladies can help find her, eh?
Well, since you put it that way, Johnny, I'll help him. Come with me.
Oh man. Thanks, Johnny boy. He really loves his potty time, doesn't he?
Johnny's a good lad. Though the ladies don't like him. No. Foul creature, they say. Don't like him.
Who are the women in the tapestry?
Those are the ladies.
Maiden, the mother of the crone. Like the little fellow, me too.
Lovely, with power o'er all. Beseech I thee. Answer my call. Before you a worm crawls, wretched and small.
Here we go.
How dare you disturb our rest, woman?
Is she gonna do 3 voices? The Norns, the Trinity. They speak through you?
Someone speaking through you?
Good looking and clever, too. Where have you been hiding, boy?
Not how I imagined you looking. I really want to say that, but I want to be careful with the choices that I make. Let's go with the talking.
I'm looking for the woman with ashen hair. I know you met her. Where is she?
Oh, he's impatient. Perhaps he only likes ashen-haired girls.
The young woman. She's my daughter by choice. I raised her.
If she's shapely, what does it matter?
Matters to me.
I believe we've hit a nerve. He's bubbling like well-fed yeast. Oh, that's how I like him.
Like some.
It's clear you met her. Tell me everything.
That was blunt. Well, perhaps it's for the best. Tell me, have you got bollocks? Do you fear woodland beasts?
That sounds scary.
Oh, hard times are upon us, white-haired one. Brother has turned against brother. The land is soaked in blood. Evil reigns stronger than ever before.
A dark power has surfaced near Downwarren. It feeds on hatred and disdain. Destroy the beast, and we will be grateful. Tell you all we know about this ashen-haired maid.
Dark power? You need a knight-errant or a witch hunter, not a witcher.
The alderman of Downwarren will tell you all. Remember to collect payment from him after you complete your task. And now our servant will bring you the dagger.
Dagger? Why do I need a dagger? Am I supposed to use this dagger for destroying the beast?
A dagger? What for?
Want the
When
beast's
the
blood on
alderman
it?
sees this dagger, he'll know we sent you. He'll aid with all.
Oh, okay. Excellent. It should have been the crone, the mother, and the maiden, 3 parts of the same. Well, now that totally makes sense. There's a band that I enjoy listening to. The band is called The Sword, and on their second album, titled Gods of the Earth, there's a song called The Mother, the Maiden, the Crone. They're pretty good. Like, the first two albums are basically like the soundtrack to Dungeons and Dragons, pretty much. It's a pretty good song.
I'll talk to the alderman, but I can't promise anything.
Move, woman! Give the young man the dagger.
And you, White One, return only once you've completed the task.
That's pretty cool.
Aye, mistress, right. On me way. Dagger. Gotta bring the dagger. The dagger. For you. Ladies told me to give it you. Here it is. The dagger.
Wow.
Place the alderman's payment on the stone. Stone bear, stone shear, stone nose, stone ears.
That's pretty cool. Nice. Ladies of the Wood. Gather ingredients, why not? Okay, so this area was the door that was locked then, that we couldn't get into. What's in here? Don't mind if me have a look. Is there no stairs? Or are these stairs? Ugh. They're the norms. They control destiny. Powerful. They certainly seemed so. That's pretty cool. Might as well loot everything down here. Man, I must say, streaming almost 5 hours. We're about 6 minutes away from streaming for 5 hours, but I must say that I'm definitely feeling a little bit more of a struggle to kind of speak, sort of. It's I can definitely feel it in my throat. Interesting. Interesting. You love mythology? Well then, this is the game for you. Because I even missed that. That's pretty cool though that you knew. Climb the ladder. I talk to Gran over here. Oh, some probably not even that great.
Gone. You ought not to be here.
Yeah, well. Whinstone. Up and over Granny's back. Witchers, not quite the devils you thought. My evening with a vampire. Oh, it's been a while since we read some books. I think it's time we read a little bit of books. Story time, yes.
Once there was a wicked witch living in the mud. Had a heart made out of butter. Poof! The spark expired. The 33 thieves thought they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday.
He's doing these tongue twisters because he has his voice back.
The 33 thieves thought they thrilled the throne throughout Thursday.
Books are cool. In this game, totally, man. I'll read them. We had a reading session earlier today, so I think it's time for another one.
Must be coming home from war.
So it looks like we're done in this situation. You need to go there. Okay. I can do that. I can go there. But before we do that, let's go ahead and read. Let's see what haven't we read Let's rush up on some lore. We did all those. I know the first three. The first three are books that we haven't read. So, bestiary added. Journey to the end of the world. Sirens, the harpies, distant relatives, are winged monsters found in the Skellige archipelago. Things to pronounce. Most frequently on unpopulated isles or in the inaccessible coastal areas of populated ones. According to the legend, they are the daughters of the mythical winged giant Roskvleg. Looks to be sort of like a Swedish word or something, maybe? Roskvleg? I don't know. Can't say it. Who lives on the edge of the world and bursts gales with the waving of his wings. Roskvleg's daughters seek out the company of giants and often make their nests near their lairs. These creatures attack boats and ships from the air, tearing sails and rigging to shreds and rendering the vessels immobile. At times they will snatch men or cattle from their deck and drop them from great heights to their death. They also attack travelers trekking across isolated beaches. Johnny Boy is such a good old little forest spirit. This is true. Alright, we're going My Evening with a Vampire. Wow, this is a long story. Are you ready? You will no doubt call me a liar, a cheat, and a madman. You will shake your head in pity and snort in disbelief, but I promise you, I swear on all the gods. Everything which you shall read in this page, in the pages to follow, is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I met the vampire of which I write years ago in an inn in Beauclair. He introduced himself to me as Regis and said he was a barber and a medic. Since he looked in every aspect like a mortal man, I might never have even suspected his true nature. Had not a fire broken out shortly thereafter in the establishment in which we were residing, this Regis, if that truly was his name, stood completely untouched by the flames, whereas my own clothing quickly caught fire. The vampire carried me out of the burning inn, saved my life from certain death, then treated my numerous wounds. At first, Regis refused to answer my query as to how he had miraculously survived the furnace-like temperatures inside the burning inn without so much as a scratch on his body, or a hair singed on his head. Eventually, however, he must have sensed I was a man of the world. One who would not jump so hasty judgments based on appearance or species, and revealed his identity along with a great number of highly interesting facts. According to Regis, not all vampires are alike. This vast family contains both mindless catechans, letters, and ekmaras, who in form resemble overgrown bats far more than humans, as well as alps and bruaxi, who look remarkable like comely maids. In addition to these, there are the even more powerful higher vampires to which genus belonged my unexperienced acquaintance. Not even a witcher can discern a higher vampire from a mortal man. Contrary to popular belief, they cannot be killed by pounding aspen stakes into their chests, nor by cutting off their heads, nor, as I can vouch for based on personal experience, by fire. They do not fear running water, garlic, or the symbols of any creed. It might be some consolation to learn a vampire's bite does not turn a human into one of their number. And they do not in any way need our blood in order to survive. To them it is merely a delicacy, in which they indulge from time to time, like men do with fine wine. Regis asked me to keep this tale to myself, but now, as I lay on my deathbed, I feel that I must share this secret knowledge. even if it means breaking my word to this most noble individual. Pretty interesting story. Which ye shall read. Love that line so much. Alright. Witchers. Not quite the devils you thought. We hit over the 5-hour mark too. Holy crap, this is amazing. A conviction has arisen amongst both mages and the hoi polloi? 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 That witchers barely rise a hair's breadth above animals, that they are deformed and bloodthirsty mutants, and that in slaking this thirst they do not limit themselves to the fluids of monsters. Meanwhile, the research and observations of Virgil of Banard paint an entirely different picture of the castle. Of course, it is an indisputable fact that the mutation witchers undergo influence their temperament, immune system, strength, and endurance. Yet one cannot consider them unthinking beings forged only for killing as a result. In fact, witchers cultivate a unique culture, a specialized body of knowledge, an effective training system, and even a code of honor. They know an incredible amount about the effects of ingesting various organic and inorganic substances, and also a small amount, but nevertheless something about the fundamentals of magic, by which I mean the simple spells they call signs. On the surface, the witchers appear to be homogeneous social entity, but in truth, their fighting styles, training regimens, and worldviews differ significantly depending upon the school to which they adhere. The best known Witcher schools on the continent are the School of Wolf, the School of Bear, the School of Griffin, the School of the Viper, and the School of the Cat. Vampire is the only word that is known in the world that is from the Serbian language. Is this true? We read Journey to the End of the World, right? Yeah, we did. Alright, so 3 stories there. We read all of these, I believe. I think we read this as well. Yeah, I think we read that one. Of Sweat and Blood. Yes, we read that one as well. There was some lore that I haven't read yet, which is all this right here. Bookworm, achievement unlocked. They give you an achievement for reading the books. Alright. This will be the last book that we read, and then we'll see what's going on quest-wise. The opposition in Nilfgaard. While Nilfgaard's emperor wields absolute power, partially crushing the slightest sign of disobedience, opposing forces continue to exist within the empire. By this I do not mean the disgruntled leaders of conquered provinces, but the magnates within the city of 1,000 towers who are unhappy with the current leadership. This conflict between the emperor and the noble houses of Nilfgaard, the capital, dates back many years. All the princes of the blood and the magnates expected their ruler to wed one of their daughters, and sire and heir with one of their own. The emperor, however, had other plans. This proved a slap in the face for all the great families, from which he refused to take a bride. The Nilfgaardian opposition patiently waits for the emperor to slip up, for some event to occur which will weaken his authority, be it an economic crisis or a defeat in battle. A secret conspiracy lies ready to seize such a moment to incite the disaffected, assassinate the emperor, and carry out a coup d'état. Coup Coup d'etat. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. Uh, culminating with one of their own number ascending to the throne. For obvious reasons, only a limited few know of this conspiracy, but any shrewd observer of Nilfgaardian politics can read the signs of its workings. So long as men are men, and the world is as it is, certain dynamics will forever remain the same, and the discontented will always form subversive societies with their secret signs and hidden agendas. Hidden agendas. Bram Stoker only set his Dracula in Romania, but the word vampire is from Serbia. Nice.